All right, so welcome to See the Stories on the 3-hour news show on See Today. Disability is part of being human and is integral to the human experience, right, Rangga?
Yes, very much so. And it results from the interaction between health conditions such as dementia, blindness, or spinal cord injury, a range of environmental and personal factors.
So let's talk more about people with disability in the following story. The World Health Organization has identified over 1 billion people living with disability, which means that around 20% of the world's population lead their daily lives in some degree of difficulty. This figure rises through population growth, medical advances, and the aging process, where 80% of those people living with disabilities live in developing countries.
The disabled face many health inequities, including twice the risk of developing conditions such as depression, diabetes, obesity, or poor oral health. These health inequities arise from unfair conditions faced by those with disabilities, including stigma, discrimination, poverty, exclusion from education and employment, as well as barriers in the health system.
Now, creating an inclusive environment for people living with disabilities requires education and, of course, cooperation from many parties.
Yes, and to talk more about it, as well as raising awareness and empowering the disabled, we now have with us in the studio Koneksi Indonesia Inclusive co-founder and community head Chintia Octenta, or is it Octenta?
Yes, Octenta.
Octenta is okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Hey, by the way, welcome to the studio. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
We're glad that you are
for
here.
having me here.
I hope all the traffic was smooth. Yes,
Yeah.
because this is Monday, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of the craziest days of the week, especially around Monas, right?
Yes, of course.
So Cynthia, can we start? Can you tell us a little bit more behind what the Koneksi Indonesia Inclusive is? Let's start with that.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here, and I'm very glad to be here to share our stories. My name is Cyntia Octenta. Yeah, my friend usually call me Cyntia, and I am a co-founder and community head of Koneksi Indonesia Inclusive. Actually, Konekin is our founders' initiative. Kak Martella, who through her experience as a teacher in Indonesia Mengajar programs, they face 3 students with 3 different disabilities, and as the result, she learned about more disability issue back then. And yeah, I think it's a good plan, because actually I have a disability too, physical disability. The medical name is congenital amelia. It is there is a valvular growth in my finger.
Okay.
But it's quite unique because others congenital amelia syndrome usually don't have arm or leg, but I only failures in the fingers. So it's make me eager to learn about disabilities issue. And growing up, especially, I face no significant barrier to my condition, but until I face several rejection to get a job because my disability. So that's why I realized that I have a disability too, and I need to learn more about it. And I decided to move from Aceh to Jakarta to learn more about disability. And surprisingly, I met Kak Tella in Jakarta from several inclusive event, and I think I was impressed how they approach about disability inclusion.
All right.
Yeah, because I think the way Kak Tella tell us about disability is very fit on what I think about disability. So,
So how many persons did co-found this movement or this initiative?
Yes, our co-founding team is 3 persons.
3 persons.
Yes.
And you guys experienced firsthand about discrimination, about stigmatization from the society. That's why you came up with this idea.
Yes, uniquely Konekin have a diverse background. For me, is because I have a disability.
Right.
Kak Tela, because she has experience and meet students with disabilities, and the other one because she is a teacher, a special need teacher.
Ah, I see.
So we have a different background.
Backgrounds.
Yeah.
That's interesting, right?
Right.
So each one of you completes each other, right? But
Yes.
coming to terms is challenging, right? Like realizing that maybe Cynthia, you live with disability in a way, although we both see you as a fine person,
Yes.
but maybe physically there's something you need to put more concern on, right?
Yeah.
About the growth of your fingers. When you came to terms, how did you make peace with yourself back then, and bounce back
Yes.
to inspire others?
Yeah.
How was the process?
Yes, I think it's quite a long story because I grew up without no clue about disability because my parents never treat me like differently.
Right.
So I attend public school and I got higher education,
Right.
and once I got rejection because my disability, it's quite I think my world is gone.
Was it workplace?
Yeah. It's my first time to apply the job,
Okay.
and then got a rejection because my disability. And back then, of course, it's make me demotivation to face the world. And I think it's because I'm from Aceh, there is no space to discussion about this issue. I decided to scrolling media social. What is disabilities and how can I learn about disabilities? Because in my experience, I only know that people with disabilities only those who use wheelchairs. Something like that.
There are many forms.
After I dive into this issue, we can see people with disability is invisible disability. So like me, you didn't notice that I have a disability, right?
Right. And look at you now. You have
Exactly.
a person to inspire rather than a job seeker, right? An inspirational person.
Then the important things why I can bounce back because Kak Tela trusts me. I have ability to this issue and give us a safe space to learn and grow.
I think it's that you all have personal experiences, like Rory said. Kak Tela had an experience with students, right? And then you had another teacher with special needs, and then you yourself is one of the person with some disabilities, physical disabilities. Now, your movement, when you thought of it and then came to be, what if you had one? What was the kind of groups of people that you're trying to attract or you're trying to assist or help?
Yes, we start from our small discussion event. We encourage people with disability and without disabilities to discuss about this issue casually. So we make a Conco inclusive monthly discussion, and now already engage 1,000 people within this discussion, and we broaden this initiative to another region beside Jakarta.
Right. Wow. So although I'm quite optimistic with Indonesian, progress and inclusivity, but there are still many homeworks that we need to do.
Yes.
One of the examples is when I did a campaign on HIV. Actually, people who were our target audience thought that I was HIV positive because I was talking about HIV, and people would deem us like cancer survivor when we're talking about cancer, but that's not necessarily the case, right? So how far has us or Indonesians reach in terms of the understanding of inclusivity, how to respect each other despite differences? How have we come so far?
Yes, it's very interesting question. I've structured awareness in Indonesia with 4 stages. The first one is unaware, aware, active, and advocate. And currently, I believe Indonesia still in aware stages.
So
because
aware, active, advocate.
Advocate.
So we're level 2.
Yes, we are in the level 2 because we already knows our role to make environment inclusively. We already know that people with disability access and want to learn about it, but still don't have support, fully support to make our society inclusively. So yeah, I think it's still that level.
Still the second level of the 4.
Yes.
What can be done actually to elevate our level from
Yes,
level 2 to level 3?
Yes, I think I believe that for reaching the advocate level, it is our collective responsibility and homework actually because I believe too that disability issue is close to us. So this level of advocacy, of course, involve actively promoting and supporting inclusivity, championing the rights of individuals with disabilities, and then working towards systemic change to foster truly inclusive disability. So more actively to make this broaden.
Yeah, so more actively having discussions about it. It's because I want to ask you because you had a project with Transjakarta recently, right? So is that one of the progresses that you guys made in order to make everyone more aware and then maybe at the end of the day getting into that level from what is that again? Awareness and what's the third one again? I'm sorry. And advocate at the end.
Advocate.
So yes. And then how did you think the program went with Transjakarta?
Yes, we collaborate with Transjakarta to our disability equality training program. It is a core of what we offer to companies to want to know and want to start about disability inclusion. And interestingly, in Indonesia, only 5 individuals certified to do disability equality training. Two
from the whole country.
In Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Yes, 2 from ILO Indonesia, 2 from Better Work Indonesia, and 1 is our founders. So we proudly say that disability equality training we provide is standardized from ILO modules. And we said this training is participative training. We actually it's 2-day session. In Transjakarta is 2-day session. We create an environment where attendants actively participate in activities that fosters attitudinal change toward disability issues. So from this training, when they attend, they have a bias in their mind. After this session, everything is changed.
They converted
Yes.
to someone more inclusive.
Someone.
So they were actually people without disabilities came to your initiative and they get educated, right, about inclusivity, about awareness, right? So, but it's interesting that you guys collaborated with Transjakarta because there are many data saying that one of the hurdles where people with disabilities face in Jakarta is the lack of public transport that accommodates them, right? And the lack of public facility, for example, like pavements, for example, right? Exactly. So how does this change the mindset of PT Transjakarta to be more inclusive, to be more people with disability friendly? Did it change the way they do business or the way they do public service?
Yes, fun fact that people with disabilities usually using Transjakarta is more than commuter line or MRT. They face people with disabilities in the station, and then got confused how to treat them.
Right.
Yeah.
So because they don't have the information or how to communicate with people with disabilities. So because they face every day, so they don't want to make people with disabilities not safe in their transportation. So they initiative to contact us to help how to start to serve them. And then Transjakarta also have Transjakarta Care. It is special for people with disabilities, so we can contact them to Transjakarta the a special design for people with disabilities to especially for wheelchair users.
Our big appreciation goes to the Transjakarta.
Yeah.
Apart from Transjakarta, does other transportation mode provider also do that?
Yeah, I
Like
think
MRT.
MRT is a very inclusive transportation because before they launch the services, people with disability already taste the every facility.
On MRT. And
Before launch for public.
Right, and they were fully accommodated with the services.
Yes. Before they went public, before they started fully operational, they did that, to make sure that all the people with disabilities got taken care of when they were. Oh, that's very good. And what other activities now we would like to ask you that have you done to raise awareness?
Okay. We're thrilled to share some exciting update from Konekin. Firstly, we have expanded our reach with 20 representatives now covering all regions in Indonesia. And these expansions allow us to escalate our program across the nations. And thanks to NutriFood, because they provide us event space in 20 regional. So our volunteers can use the space to make an event.
Wow, 20 regions.
Yeah.
That's great.
And
Has it started?
Yes, already started in this month.
This month. This is the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
This month.
So there are still many questions that we'd like to ask you, Cynthia,
Yes.
but we have to take a break for now. And see the stories will continue after the break. Don't go anywhere.